I know exactly what it was. I should have peeped that when it first happened. Let me go on and edit that because I know that ain't right. Let me edit this one too. Let me edit that one too. I know something wasn't right. I was like, why it ain't showing up? Why it ain't showing up? But the reason why it wasn't showing up was for the same reason that I thought. It just took me a minute to figure it out. But I didn't think it was the reason. Crazy, ain't it? Man, now I gotta wait for everybody to come back. I gotta wait for everybody to come back now. This is crazy. I knew something wasn't right. I had clicked on the wrong string. I didn't activate it. I didn't activate it. I just fired it up. I hate when I do that too, because after I done did all that talking, I didn't delete it, but still, it makes me just want to start talking about something else. But I kind of know where I want to be. I don't even remember what I was saying. Damn. I know what. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Say back like return mail to a sender. Yep. Wrong address is coming right back. Come back like income tax. You already know what time it is. Damn. I wish I wouldn't have messed that up like that. Oh man, that's funny. I always do something crazy. But yeah, I was still asking people, do they attend church regularly? Because I said I don't. Now I don't know if anybody else does, but if you don't, I really want to see why you don't attend church regularly. Like what happened, what made you. I won't say turn your back because a lot of us we haven't turned our back. You know, we may still believe, but it's just the whole church aspect. Because I know a lot of people like that who are like, I'm I'll read the Bible and pray, but I can't step foot in the church anymore. I just don't see the benefits of actually going to a church. Now, old school people, they would hear you say that and they would just say, "Oh my God, oh, you got to." It's for older people. It's as if you have to step your feet inside of a church. You have to step your feet inside of a church because if you don't, it's like to them, it's like, man, you ain't even going to church. You just wasting your time. Like you gonna burn in hell. You just gonna burn in hell. 'Cause I don't believe stuff like that, man. I don't. I just don't. That little stream element stuff popping up. I'm gonna have to set that. I haven't really set that up. But yeah, I mean, like I say, one of the main reasons was is the money, and not only that, but the way that the people is like the pastors and whatnot, how they conduct themselves. Because a lot of times they're not who they, you know, put themselves out there to be. They're not those people. They're not those people. Like I said, my daddy was a deacon, and I knew some of these people. And outside of church, I'm like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this guy. Charles says, bro, look up Chronicle Speaks. She did a video on it. It's like 4 minutes in. It's on YouTube. Chronicle Speaks. Is that on YouTube? There she go right there. It's probably what you talking about right here. Let's see. Let's see, Charles.
I giving
Now
faith.
this video is on Chronicle Speaks page. Y'all can look her up on YouTube. The video is entitled Pastor Marvin Winans Goes Viral for Rebuking Member for Giving 1,200 instead of 2,000.
Faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
It had to be the man on the organ for me because what was those last little messy notes? Not the womp Charlie Brown notes. Another pastor has gone viral, and once again, it happens during the offering portion of service, although it seems like this whole service was nothing but offering.
A lot of churches get in trouble because they wait on the government to give them programs to offset their budgets. And then when those candidates are out of office, they don't have anything. This is the reason the teaching of tithes and offerings is crucial to not only the success of the church, but the longevity of the church.
That's such BS, bro. Like, I get it when it's like, to me, that sounds like a disclaimer. But we know what these people do with this money. Let's not act like they don't be balling out. Let's not act like they don't want to have the nicest suits, the nicest colognes, the nicest cars. You have some pastors who will take pay, and then you have others who won't, and they'll just work their regular jobs, but they'll take, as minimal amount as they can, because they'll say, well, look, I still got to pay my bills. So if y'all can help me on gas and help me on, give me a couple of $100, that's cool. But some of these guys, they try to make it seem as if I don't work and this is my full-time job and and I need all my bills paid. I need enough to make pay. And it'll be only like 20 or 30 people in there, and they want this exorbitant amount of money. Or they're gonna leave the church. Which is something still I can understand because yes, you do still have to pay your bills. But if I was a pastor, I would definitely have a job. I wouldn't just rely on a congregation of people to subsidize my lifestyle. I just wouldn't do that. Now if I was a mega church pastor, that would be different. But still, even those pastors, they think that since I'm a pastor of a mega church, then man, I'm finna go nuts. And it's crazy. Tim say she should have gave him an envelope of real plant seeds. she should have she should have gave him an envelope full of dust. I'd have threw it in his face. Hey, nigga, you crazy.
Now, in this clip, you see Pastor Winans abruptly stop the service not to pray, not to worship, but to rebuke a fellow parishioner for giving $1,200 instead of $2,000. Now, I wanted to look within the context of this situation to find out exactly what happened, and that's exactly what I did. Here we go.
I want a generation that recognizes I gotta give because that's how God gives back to me. Are you listening to me? And so today is our day of giving where we give a significant offering. And if I stand here for the next 4 hours receiving money, I'm going to shout till I fall out. Because there's nothing I have that is mine except God gave me the strength to go get it.
Damn, that sound like
We had another auction style service. Do I have 2,000 over here, 2,000 over here? That's good, 2,000. So the pastor gave everyone a script to read, but he started off. Now he got up, said that he was given $1,000. Then people donated to his fundraiser that gave around $9,500, I believe. Then he gave another gift of $10,000 on top of that. So he said it was a total of $20,000 in all.
Now, before we continue, now let me ask y'all something. If a pastor say, because they always do this, I'm gonna start out first. I'm gonna give $1,000. What the hell y'all think gonna happen with that $2,000 or $1,000? It's gonna circle right back to them. But they try to. I hate when they do that. Like, people are dumb. Nobody's stupid. They probably go right back in the back and be like, "Let me get my envelope." Like, nigga. Tim say some pastors take the public rebuking way too serious and misusing their power over the church. They do this all the time. I told you they think that they God up in there. That's why they act like this. Church is not the way church used to be when I was a kid. This is not the way church used to be. The shit I see is crazy. Charles say, I got to give it to cuz. That's how God gives back to me. How much is that money is God getting? Very little.
Pastor Marvin Winans, give in faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church, of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $7,500. So I give, sowing this seed of $1,000 plus what I just read, and I give a seed of $10,000. That's my seed. I'm sowing a seed of $10,000 plus all that I read, which is over $20-some thousand.
So it seems like this first group of people all got up, giving a total of $1,000 plus another $1,000, meaning $2,000 in all.
Give in faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church, of sowing this seed of 1,000 plus another 1,000 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
So the line was very long. One by one, people would get up and they would say, I'm giving an offering of $1,000 plus another $1,000. And sometimes they would even give more. This line was specifically just for the people that could give at least $2,000.
Department, now listen to me. If you're giving the 1 plus 1, if you're giving 1 plus something else, we're going to come back and get that. I just want the 1 plus.
Yeah, because your money ain't shit. If you giving a 1 plus 1, we gonna hold off on you. We need to get everybody with the 2,000 or 3,000. Y'all need to come on up. The other people, y'all need to hang back. You got fired out to just we're gonna get to you when we get to you. Y'all just hang on.
1 to come. If you're on the finance department and you're prepared, come now and let's give God praise as they come.
I give in faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church, of sowing this seed of $1,625 plus $375.
It's 2,000.
That plus my family and friends.
We'll say that.
It
What
don't
you just said
matter.
was just $1,400.
Wrong. Wrong.
Not you loud and wrong with the money I'm giving you, talking about it was only $1,400. Sis looked like she wanted to take her check back and would have. Give me that. Amen. Amen.
That is a total of $2,000.
All right. Then, well, then
She looked like she was kind of pissed.
I'm going to go by what you say.
Nigga, you can't count, nigga. Boy, I can't stand somebody. See, he trying to be so slick and talk crazy to people. He don't even know what the hell he talking about. If I was her, I'd have been up there like,
What? 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 What?
what the hell are you talking about?
Wait. Long, I got changes.
I give in faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now, that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Wait a minute. What's this?
That's a fact, Dark Kent. He said he wouldn't have said this shit if someone came with more than 2 stacks in that line. If she was like, yeah, I got $5,000 plus I'm sowing a seed, that nigga wouldn't even counted it or questioned it. He'd have been like, okay, all right, thank you, sister. Step over here, sister. Y'all step over here. Is that 2,000? That's 1,400. Like, nigga, you can't count. You worried about the little money. He ain't worried about the big money. The people with the little money, y'all need to make sure y'all get it right.
This ain't enough. Make it enough.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. Well, I'm going to work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
If I was some of them people, I'd have got up and walked out.
Okay, well, give me my money back. He clearly still put the money in the bucket. If you don't need it or it's not the time, then give it back so I can go to the car and go home.
All right, listen to me. We gonna get down. If you didn't give but $4.25, we gonna get to you today. Touch your neighbor and say, this is the day of giving. I'm trying to do it orderly. So if you're in the line and your total doesn't equal 2,000, you can just slip out while ain't nobody looking right now.
Damn! Now ain't that a bitch?
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
Now ain't that a bitch? He said you can just slip out. You see, it's about money. These niggas ain't trying to help nobody but themselves. I don't care what nobody say. That's it.
And we're gonna call you to come back. Now listen to me. No matter, and I'm coming back to the ministers that are just giving, listen to what I'm saying. If you are here and you are giving 1,000 plus 1, at least, you join me now in the center aisle. I'm coming back to those that are just giving 1,000.
Come on and join.
But if
Come
you're
on up
coming
here.
with a seed of 1,000 plus 1, wherever you are, I need you to join me in this center aisle.
So obviously there's a growing trend inside certain churches that's starting to make people feel deeply uncomfortable on both sides of the faith. Pastors calling specific dollar amounts during offering, not simply give from your heart, but very direct instructions like $1,000 line to the left, step forward only if you have $2,000. We obviously just saw this not too long ago with Marvin sapping the close the door.
Closer.
You see what I'm saying? She knew exactly what I was talking about. Remember when I said that earlier? Churches used to be like, give what you can give. Give from your heart. You know, don't give so much where you ain't got nothing. Just give what you can give. I appreciate y'all. Come on, bring it down. Now they got you. What you bringing? 1,600? Everybody with 2,000 step over here. And then he said, what did he say? If you got your little $4.75, you can just slip out the back door. Nigga, what? If you know anything about the Bible, then you know those people who give that probably ain't got enough to give, and they will be blessed probably more than likely way more than you with abundance. But he don't know that. These niggas think if you can give way more than what you got, or if you got a whole bunch to give, then you're gonna be the one to get the blessing. He need to yeah. Anyway.
Doors for me for a quick moment. This is simple. 1,000 people giving what I'm about to challenge will be $20,000. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
So let's be fair. Some church members actually celebrate moments like this. They may call it a faith challenge. They say this is what it means to sow sacrificially and expect overflow. They see it as order, not greed. But let's also be honest. There are thousands of lifelong church members who feel heavy watching this, quietly uncomfortable, because it starts to feel transactional, pressuring, conditional, like God's attention is tiered by income level. Then you have people like, this is why I don't even go to church. It's not that they hate God, but it's just because they're watching what looks like spiritual paywall. And when
man, this is the shit I could have did one of these little clips. This is what I was saying earlier in the previous video. Just like y'all saying, they creating a financial hierarchy in churches and exploiting the flashy nature of people these days. Exactly. The people who got all the money, they get to be front and center. Everybody else slip out the back door. Ain't that what he said? Church is dividing the congregation like silver and gold and platinum memberships. Yeah. That's why you got all these damn denominations. That's why you got all these damn denominations in church. Everybody want to do their own thing instead of doing what the Bible says to do. Or whatever religion it is say to do, that's what you should do. But everybody got to be this Southern Baptist, CME, Christian Methodist Episcopal. I mean, then you got Church of Christ, no instrument. This shit just goes on and on and on.
it's one of the most respected names like Marvin Winans or Marvin Sapp doing it, it validates their suspicion that church has become business first. So I ask you this, is this an act of faith or a display of financial control? Is this worship or is this performance culture? And at what point do we admit that this might be pushing more people away from God than actually drawing them in? What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with Pastor Marvin Winans? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys.
Yep. This right here is what church has turned into.
God expects you to do what the Lord wants you to do. Like those of you who realize that the Lord wants you to give generously into his church. Amen. Don't ask no questions. Don't ask how come, why come the pastor have to have him a nice house? Why come pastor doesn't have a nice car? Don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions. Just give the money. Nigga, get the collection plate right on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side. We're gonna now have a B selection from the choir.
Yeah. Deacon, get the collection plate around on that side. Nigga, I said, get the collection plate around on that. That's what these niggas has turned into. See, this shit was a joke back then. This was comedy. Comedy is now real life. Welcome. Because they acting just like these old movies. This is Don't Be a Menace. This is what this shit done turned into. It's a joke. Church is a joke. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a joke. It'll make you giggle. This shit crazy. This shit crazy, man. That's what I'm saying. It's no wonder a lot of people have just abandoned church. No wonder. Like I was reading earlier, I had pulled up a couple of things as to reasons why people stopped going. I was reading a few, but then I got to this. This was my next one. Competing life demands and time pressures, work, family, social media entertainment. These often compete with Sunday morning services, lower expectations and engagement. Some churches may have less involvement, fewer small groups, less expectation of participation which leads to weaker attachment and thus lower attendance. Now, in that aspect of it, the lower expectations and engagement, I think that's where you get to stuff like this with the, like Charles said, the hierarchy, financial hierarchy that's begun to happen in churches. When you got shit like that going on, you start to alienate people. Then you go the hierarchy, those people who give a lot and they always getting praised and talked about in church, they're gonna be there every Sunday because they want to be seen because they giving all the money. The people who he telling slip out the back door, they in the back of the church. Everybody know that they don't really get that much. They're gonna stop showing up. And if they do show up, they're gonna show up every now and then. But for the most part, they're not gonna really show up because it ain't no point to keep showing up. Why should I keep showing up knowing that basically I'm gonna be made fun of because I'm not doing enough for you? So what I'm gonna do is either find another church or I'm just not gonna come to church anymore. And the option for most people is to just not go to church. Because let's be real, most people go to the churches that they either grew up in, or let's say if they move away, like the first church or two. Sometimes their first church don't work out. The second one usually works out. And if that one doesn't work out, most people just throw their hands up and I ain't going no more. A lot of people are not going to go from church to church to church to church to church to church to church just to find somewhere. It's they just don't. You would think they would because if they're religious, they're gonna try to find the best church for them. But most people don't. Most people they're gonna try, but then they're gonna yes, all right, and they're gonna come to the realization of what church really is. Especially if you're seeing a pattern. Let's say, oh, I ain't going to this church no more. This pastor's like this. You go to another church. Oh man, they doing just like the other church. At first, it wasn't like that. Because you hear people say that. I've heard people say that who moved like from here to Dallas and Houston. They'd be like, man, when I first went to the church, they was all cool and this and that. Now they doing the same stuff that was going on over here. Then you just have to be real. Like, they all on the same shit. A lot of these churches have turned into a big production. See, I used to work at a white church, right? They've turned it into a production as well. But you know what they do? They still stick to the topics. They don't require people to give all of these thousands and $2,000. No, you don't get me wrong. You do have a few that are like that. But the ones that I worked at, they weren't like that. They just asked you for the offering. We would put the verses up on the screen, adjust the mics, different little things like that. It was a theater. You had the lights and all of this stuff going on. And then they would do their thing and they go home. You do this same stuff at black churches, they get mad. They be like, turn me up, turn me down. I'm too loud. I want to be like this. I want to sound like this. I want to look like this. Y'all make sure y'all get the light on me. Make sure the light hit me right. Okay, I want to speak over here. I want this to look like this. I want the people. Don't let nobody sit in the front row. Because when we put the broadcast on the TV, I want it to look like this. That's what this shit has turned into. Then you got them like Marvin Sapp. I'm looking at the YouTube. It's 1,000 people watching. Now, y'all, I got the link on the screen. Y'all drop at least $100 in the cash app. If you ain't got $100, then don't even waste your time. You can slip out the back door. That's what this shit is now. This is why I won't even waste my time. And I don't feel bad about it either. If you want somebody like me to feel bad about not going to church, it ain't gonna happen. I can read the Bible on my own. I can study on my own. I can pray on my own. But I'm gonna take everything and put it in my hands. I know it's a God up there. I still, focus on him and make sure that I give him a little bit of praise every now and then and let him know what's going on with me. But for the most part, I'm not finna go into some place where it's a bunch of fake people and it's a show and they're not taking anything seriously. That ain't gonna happen. I'm just being honest. But make sure y'all hit that like button for me, man. I did have the other stream up. I ain't gonna take it down. I might come back on tomorrow. I just gotta find some stuff to talk about. But I'm about to get off of here, man. Y'all let me know. Anybody who comes back and watch this video, y'all let me know in the comments whether you attend church or not, and let me know why or why not. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button if y'all new to the channel. Turn on those notifications. Ring that bell. And as always, I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Peace.